Hundreds of right-wing activists set out to establish a total of 9 outposts across the occupied West Bank in a protest they said was designed to foil the plot to establish a Palestinian state. Security forces deployed outside Maale Adumim did little to impede their progress. The settlers have deliberately mounted this protest at one of the most sensitive times and in some of the most sensitive areas to show the Israeli government's impotence to carry through with the understandings and agreements reached with the Palestinians at the Annapolis Peace Conference and just ahead of the beginning of final status negotiations.
We're here, we're all over, we're building. You can see all around a lot of Jewish building. There's a lot of illegal Arab building. And the battle is who will catch this mountain first. We did.
I think it's up to the Israeli government. The choice is theirs. Settlements or peace. They can't have both.
The latest moves were also provoked by a bill being drawn up for the Israeli parliament, which would compensate settlers for voluntarily leaving their homes. The draft law has received the backing of the defense minister and leader of the Labour Party, Ehud Olmert. Party officials say the legislation, which is aimed at the estimated 65,000 settlers who live beyond the present or planned route of the separation barrier, will prevent violent confrontations during evacuations in any future peace agreement with the Palestinians.
It offers people safe haven, people who cannot afford now to move out of there. They call it, I met with people who say, this is hell. And we can't afford to get out of hell. And the government who tempted us to go there for cheap housing should help us to get out of there.
Benny Raz has decided he does want to leave his settlement east of Kalkilia. Not for money, but a house for a house. He feels bitter about his situation.
The state of Israel has used me as a bargaining chip. At first, the state encouraged me and offered cheap housing. It promised to build a proper infrastructure, provide peace and security, and suddenly all that disappeared into thin air.
But the latest poll of settlers in the occupied West Bank tells a different story. 78% of a sample taken of those living east of the separation barrier said no amount of compensation from the government would make them leave their houses. A long and bitter fight lies ahead. David Chater, Al Jazeera, Jerusalem.